Hello, my name is Catherine Otto, and I am the Farmland Action Plan Coordinator for MDAR, the Massachusetts Department of Agricultural Resources. This brief video is going to look at next steps and how to get involved with implementation of the Farmland Action Plan. So had three other videos which looked at the protection, access, and viability goals. And then I mentioned that there's a fourth goal, and that's the one which kind of like spans across all of those three goals equally. So supporting all goals, there's some elements in that which are important to pay attention to. So there are some actions related to implementing the Farmland Action Plan, and there's also parts about building public support for agriculture and for farmland protection, access, and viability. So I recommend going to the matrix to learn more. There are some key features of implementation of the plan that I'd love to share, just in brief. So for things that have already started, we've established a regular newsletter at MDAR to share information with partners and interested individuals. We're also fostering partnerships and collaboration. We're learning from feedback from previous processes, including plan creation. This is not a the plan is written and it's final, but when it comes to implementation, we are very much open to how we implement it together. Another thing that we're working on is encouraging wider engagement and implementation. And then looking to the future, that's just kind of what we've already started in about the last year. But looking forward, we're now in April, although you may view this video in a few months. Looking forwards, we're hoping to focus more on topics or specific tasks, not the entire plan. So instead of saying every time, okay, here's the whole plan, instead we want to focus in on just a few tasks and get down into the detail, into the weeds, and get moving, rather than looking at the plan as a whole, which is very overwhelming. Another thing we want to do is better understand the equitable engagement and feedback mechanisms. We also want to build trusted relationships and also do some capacity building, including funding for partners to help with implementation. And I'll mention more about that later. So learning about implementation so far, there's a limit to how much I can do in a short video. So instead, I want to refer you to some great resources. In December of 2024, we released the first progress report. It summarizes what we achieved in the first year. The plan was released in December of 2023, and so in December of 2024, we got to celebrate. The progress report is available online. It explains how implementation is starting, giving far more details than what I'm giving in this video. And it also shares information about what's happened so far, and also highlights those 10 highlights that I mentioned in the previous videos, starts talking about those as well. We also have many resources created on the Farmland Action Plan website. We've done many presentations as MDAR staff over the last year and a bit, and we've archive those presentations, the PowerPoint, sometimes the videos and other resources, and also written summaries. And those are all available on the website. So what I'd say is the plan is big. It is overwhelming. That is not going to change. But what we've done instead is said, okay, let's make this bite-sized. Let's focus on a specific audience. So what I'd say is go to the website, check it out, and see if the resources we already have meet your needs. If they don't, reach out and say, hey, can you do a presentation that focuses on this particular topic or for this particular audience? Definitely happy to take recommendations of what other resources would be helpful. So then the question is, how can I get involved? Well, the first thing is, if you think you might want to get involved, email me. You probably found me already if you're watching this video. So in terms of how to get involved, what we're actually doing is instead of focusing on the whole plan, the plan is big. Instead, we said each of those tasks, so 350 plus tasks, and said, okay, if we're getting started on this, who might be the lead implementer? That's like the energy, the champion, the person who goes, you know what, let's get started. I know a few of the right people to get on the table, and let's go and invite some more people. Then we've got those other potential implementers. Those are people who will be actively involved in creating kind of the next step, implementing that task. It could be creating resources, it could be doing research, it can be engaging with people. And then we've got everyone else. The whole point is there's a lot of people who want to either use what's created from the task or provide input to say, hey, when you address this task, can you make sure you pay attention to this? Because this is a real challenge that we face. And so really, everyone can get involved in the plan, and we're looking forward to have everyone involved, but you might want to kind of like choose. Sometimes you might be a lead implementer. More often, you're probably going to be at other potential, or you could just be someone who's interested in the results and providing input or consuming what is provided. A great example is actually in this world is land trusts. There are some land trusts who have a degree of specialization in protecting farmland. And some of those may be good as a lead implementer because they know what they're doing, and they know the right partners and they have an idea of how to start. Some of a wider range might be more other potential implementers. And then there's the 100+ other land trusts across Massachusetts who are like, you know what? I want to do more in farmland, but I don't know enough. Can you create me something and then I'll use it? Or I'm struggling with this. Can you, when you create this, can you make sure you address this question that I always get from landowners when I work with farmers? So that's a great example. Land trusts, not all are involved at the equal level for each task, but all are valued and their input and their help is greatly appreciated. So in terms of what you'd like to see worked on next, there's a wide variety of tasks that we're kind of getting started, and those will get started in different ways. We're looking at things like municipal support, land protection, land access, transfer and succession, farmer assistance, housing, and we're also open to other suggestions. Just as a reminder, when it comes to implementing the plan, it's not just about MDAR. It's not just about what MDAR can do. One, we don't have infinite resources, but two, we don't have that specialization. There are so many partners across Massachusetts who have a specialization, and they say, you know what? I can do that. That's a challenge we've been facing for a long time, but I think I know how we might be able to get started. And that's what we've got to do. Use our skills, use our resources and our strengths to fill in those gaps and to work together, looking to the future. This really is a plan that is about the entirety of the Commonwealth. It's not just about MDAR. So in that realm, one of the exciting parts that we have is the new Farmland Partnership Program. It's a grant program to help implement the Farmland Action Plan at the local, regional, and statewide level. The goal of the program is to build networks of partners who work collaboratively and in coordination to protect farmland, enhance farm viability, and ensure access to farmland. When we come to that, there's going to be more details on that in the coming months. There's more information on the website that's specifically for the Farmland Partnership Program. Applications are due in May of 2025, and they'll be awarding 2-year grants, which are expected to start work around November of 2025, but more news to come on this. This is a brand new grant program, so there are a few unknowns, but we're looking forward to using that program to help spur and start work on the Farmland Action Plan implementation. So with that said, I recommend go to the website, learn more. We do have a newsletter that connects people, as I mentioned. Go to the website to learn more about the Farmland Action Plan, but also sign up for the newsletter. That will give you regular updates straight to your inbox on an approximately monthly level, and we'd love to have you connected in. Thank you very much.